Well, welcome back to our Transfer Talks podcast. My name is Leilei, and I am a transfer peer mentor. We have a very special guest here with us today to share her wonderful transfer experience.
My name is Greenspan. I am a sophomore transfer student. I'm a psychological sciences major with minors in queer studies, gender and women's studies, and music. And I'm originally from South Dakota, but transferred from a small school in Minnesota.
Sweet. So then I have to ask, because I'm so sorry that I assumed. Can I ask what your pronouns are?
She, her.
Okay.
She, her. You're good.
Okay, so we're good. I was like, why did I say she? I was like, I never do the pronouns.
No, you're good.
I'm so
you're
sorry.
Good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No.
We can leave that in. Okay. Okay. So to start off, just some lighthearted questions. We don't have to go deep.
Yeah.
Not yet. Let's just start at the surface. So, North or South Campus?
North Campus.
How come?
It's so pretty.
So pretty.
It's so pretty, especially like when it's all green and nice out. Like I remember the first time I came to campus, I did a walk and found North Campus and just sat down and I'm like,
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while since it's been green. Huh?
I know, I miss it. I miss it so much.
I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it has to before, I mean, I'm planning to graduate this semester.
Right.
So it's gotta happen one
Eventually,
year, right?
it's coming.
Exactly.
It's coming.
I actually prefer North as well, but that's just my bias because most of my classes are here.
Right. That makes sense.
I'm barely in South. Do you have a lot of classes in South?
I have a lot of classes in SBS, so it's like
Oftentimes.
yeah.
Oh, then you've been on the crowded buses before.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely, right?
I love it. Might as well just stay on, right?
Right. At that point, it's just like a wrap around and just wait and wave at people as you see them. Like,
love that. Don't even take a seat. Just stand.
Just stand and like you're not moving anywhere.
Oh yeah.
And the squeeze when you have to get off.
For sure, yeah. It can get really hectic during like certain periods of the day.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's just where you want to avoid.
Right.
But okay, so how about fall or winter?
Fall.
How come?
After this winter, I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so I expected a lot of snow, but like I haven't seen this much snow in years.
Yeah,
and it's kind of been a little difficult.
I'm a desert rat at heart, and so like I was like, oh yay, snow, amazing, and now I'm over it.
Right.
And I had this saying where it's like snow is cool until it's not, and like it's already been like not okay for like the past couple of weeks.
It's like the 5th blizzard in. It's like it's time.
Yeah, like it's nice to have canceled classes, but then it's like my routine is gone.
What routine?
No control whatsoever, but it's fine.
Right. It's okay.
Love that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Love it.
So cool.
Absolutely love it. I honestly prefer fall too because I really like those happy medium weathers. Like you can wear like the cute scarves, and I mean you can do that in winter, but like you're not also like freezing.
But like if I'm wearing a skirt, like my knees won't get cold.
True. There's like a happy medium. I'm about that. Like spring would be my go-to, but after that is fall.
Absolutely.
Okay. So moving on after, let's go with what is your favorite memory of being here at NEU so far?
Ooh. I mean, just overall, like I was in marching band my first semester. And
oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you play?
A flute.
Really? I was euphonium.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah.
But you're brass. I mean, I guess that's okay. Whatever.
But yeah, I mean, like that was like my first intro and like getting to know my friends there. And like, I mean, I met like my friend who I'm moving in with next year with her roommates. And it's just like, that's where it all started. And that's where all my friends came from. And it made everything so much better.
They all came from the marching band?
All from marching band.
That's where all my best friends are from too.
See? It helps. No.
But so you met like your really good friends in marching band.
Right.
Same here.
It's just a nice little community.
I love that. Do you miss? Are you part of the Lumberjack Marching Band here? Mm-hmm. You are. Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah, you were just talking about it too. Yeah, sorry. I think I like spaced out.
No, you're good. You're good.
But like so, how do you feel about like that experience? I know you met great people in it, but so like how did it help you transition?
It was like that kind of ideal where like you were forced to get to know people. It's like you were forced into a situation where you're seeing these people like for a majority of the week and you're spending long hours with them. And like for me, like at my old school, I was that person, we didn't have a lot of activities, so I would just like stay in my dorm and keep to myself, and it was all fine and dandy, but I didn't really have the opportunity to go out and do things, so that forced me to, and that's how I made such connections I did.
And then like with COVID still being kind of recent, like that's probably what you were doing around that time.
Absolutely.
So everyone was just kind of like, I don't have those social skills anymore.
It was weird because you're like, this is like going back to kindergarten. Like you have to learn, how do I make friends? Like I know people like me, things like that, just readjusting to all that again.
Yeah, when you meet like those right people, it helps like have such a smooth transition. You feel like more comfortable where you're at.
Exactly.
Like I had that experience, but with my roommates. I was really lucky to be with cool people. I've heard a lot of roommate stories, and I'm just glad I'm not part of that population in a sense. But I'm glad that you made some good friends through there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Love that. Band. Yes,
I know, band. I tell you.
I kind of thought about it, but I'm like, I'm not as passionate to do it. But like the fact that we have a band here, a marching band, I'm like, hell yeah.
No, and it's a good marching band too. Like I was actually really surprised coming here. I'm like, gee,
you're actually like the third person I met that's in marching band as a transfer student.
Really?
Yeah. I think I met one as a trumpet player, and then the other one, I'm trying to remember what instrument he played. I do not remember, but I've met 3 of you so far.
We should start a club.
Honestly, you guys need to connect.
I mean,
just be like, "Who's a transfer student?" Like everyone raises their hand. Like, that makes sense. Like, well, there we go. You know. Okay, so moving on to the next one. What do you like about campus / like the NAU environment?
It's just like such like a chill vibe, and everyone's just so nice and chill. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Going from school in Minnesota, like Minnesota's nice and all, and you have this saying like Minnesota nice, but it's like a forced nice. But like here, everybody's just so chill, and the community is just like so go with the flow, and it's so friendly, and I just love it.
And like sometimes I feel like that's the best way to describe it, because a lot of people have just said vibes. It's a very consistent
vibes.
Kind of thing, like no, because that's for me. I'm like, it just feels right. And I can't even put it into words. And like everything, like you were trying to put together words, that was it. That was pretty good.
Just chill. You just feel it.
You feel it, and that's when you know.
Exactly.
Know? You just have like a gut feeling about it. We love that.
It's perfect.
Love that. Okay, so moving on to the next one. What was your experience like at your previous school? And what is your experience like transferring to NAU?
Yeah. So my old school, it was a small little Catholic school in the middle of nowhere. And we only had, I think, 1,200 students. And originally going there, it was like, I want a small school. I want a nice school. Like, because I come from a small-ish town compared to like Phoenix and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't want a big campus. And as soon as I got to the small campus, I'm like, this isn't for me. And like I kept pushing and going, thinking like this is how college is supposed to be, this is how it is, and it was in the middle of COVID, and so trying to get used to that and being away from home, it was really hard. But I just kept telling myself like this is what it is, it's fine. And then at the end of school they cut all my programs because we were such a small school. So that's when I made the decision, like, okay, I have to transfer. And I was lucky because my sister actually goes to a school in Phoenix. And she's like, I know of this school. I was going to go here if I didn't go to this school. So I think you should really apply. And I applied, and it was a complete Hail Mary. Like, I had never been to campus. I've been to Flagstaff once driving through. It was just like, I'm like, I hope this works.
You were just rolling the dice on that.
I mean, and I just lucked out. Like, it was terrifying coming here because I'm like, the first time I'm ever going to see this place is when I move in. And, like, I don't know what I'm getting into. I've never seen the campus.
Like, you know, having been, like, how long have you been here at NAU?
This is my second semester here. So I started in the fall.
Nice. So having 2 semesters in, how do you feel about it now?
I made the right choice. I wish I would have done it sooner. Like, I made the right choice. I love it here.
Love that. Do you what is it? Do you have like another? Is this your last semester? Do you have like another? 2?
I have another year.
Okay,
another year.
Plenty of time.
Yeah,
plenty of time. Yeah.
So yeah,
love.
But I'll stay here for my master's as well. So I'm in here for the long haul.
Yeah, but it seems like you're enjoying it so far. So we're good.
Yeah,
we're
perfect.
Good. But what is it? Comparing like your experiences from where your community college was and to where you are now, like how are they different in a sense?
It's just like a completely different atmosphere.
That was a good word. Thank
you. I try. But no, it's just like completely different. Like it was such a small, tight-knit school where it felt like you had to fit in a certain way to be able to fit in with the group. And I couldn't find my place at that school. And it was really, really hard for me to cope with that. But like coming here, it was like automatic, like with band and stuff, it just clicked right away. And like I felt so at home more than I ever did at my old school.
And it was natural, right?
It was natural. It was like, I don't have to force anything.
You're like, is this how it's supposed to be?
Like all this time. It was this easy. I just didn't know.
It was meant to be.
It was. I'm quite content.
I love that. I absolutely love that for you.
Thank you.
Well, so moving on to the next one then.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being a transfer student?
I love it, honestly. I wouldn't have asked for anything else. Like, I'm glad I had my old experiences from my old school, and I had that and was able to take it and come here with it and have those mentalities and know what I need to do and just take it and run. Essentially.
Yeah. And having been a transfer student for, you said 2 semesters now, how do you feel about it now compared to when you first started?
So much more comfortable.
So much. How so? Elaborate on that.
Well, I think at first being a transfer student, all my friends thought I was a freshman, so it was
no one can tell how old anyone is anymore,
right?
Really.
So it was once we got established that I wasn't a freshman and I actually kind of knew what I was doing, had college under my belt a little bit. I think just sinking into that and going into okay, this is a new place, but I still know what I need to do academically to get in my zone and find my vibe. Then it was just so much easier.
yeah, totally. Nice. So, would you say that you feel proud to be a transfer student? Yeah, that I was trying to think of a question. Would you say that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, without previous experiences at my old school, I wouldn't be the student I am, or I probably wouldn't have this experience that I have here at NAU without it. So having that transfer.
What do you feel like you've gained out of being a transfer student?
Definitely perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective, and it really made me learn to take more risks because this whole situation for me was a risk.
Yeah.
To really lean into that and trust my instinct, and if I'm unhappy with something, just learn it's not for the rest of my life. I can do something to change that.
It's not the end of the world.
Exactly. And it just helps.
And experience does come with that. And you do have to take risks. And you totally did. And it was successful.
Right. I was lucky.
She said that was intentional.
Absolutely.
Well, so then kind of putting everything together and talking about your experience, what is one thing you wish people would understand about the transfer experience, being a transfer student as a whole? Because I know there's stigma.
Yeah.
We're not your normal
college
standard traditional students. So what's something that you wish people would understand about it?
I think,
yeah,
that's a good one. I think just a lot of transfer students, we bring more to the table. I would say, like I said, we have different experience and we went through different situations, and I would even argue we may have seen more things than the typical freshman coming in. So I think really leaning into that and showing that we have a lot to prove and have a lot to offer, I think really makes us special and makes us contribute a lot to especially the atmosphere of NAU.
And what's something that you'd want to wish to fellow transfer students like yourself, maybe ones that are coming in for next semester? What's something that you would recommend them to do?
Just have fun. just do it. It's gonna be scary and it's gonna be intimidating, but find a community, find either transfer jacks or a hobby or clubs, something. Find your niche, find your place, and just lean into it and find those people, and it'll make everything so much easier.
Words of wisdom right there. Words of wisdom.
I try.
Well, so that's pretty much all that we're going to talk about. I just want to say thank you, Megan, for joining me today. We really appreciate you coming in and sharing your experience.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.